Hello, everybody. Welcome to Anything Can Happen, the game show where literally anything can happen. I'm your host, Grab Elwood. We have an exciting episode for you tonight, folks. Please hit the like button, share this out on your social media. Thank you to everybody who's watching on the CIA Tube and, of course, CIA Book, and then the good people at Rockfin. Thank you for watching the show. Let us bring our co-host, ladies and gentlemen. You know him. What was I going to say? I'm sorry. You know him as the host of Get Your News On with Ron. In the pocket of Big Cat, ladies and gentlemen, Ron Placone.
What's up, Graham? This is the show where anything can happen. The host may forget the co-host at any given moment. We are coming off of last show where we're coming off of the biggest comeback in the show's history. An amazing match. Both contestants really put it all out there. They did an amazing job. It was quite a contest. Biggest come from behind victory in history by Krish Mohan, who discovered later in the show that it was best to try to answer the questions. This is more than a show, Graham. It's a learning experience.
That was a stunning piece of mid-game strategy to realize raising your hand and trying to answer would actually bring about points. That was exciting to watch. The high-level strategy and the Krish Mohan wheelhouse that got him to that victory, and a very, very admirable start by Annalise Garcia in last week's episode. Very exciting. Normally we would do a You Should Know This at the top of the show, but one of our guests has a tight schedule and he's all the way on the East Coast, so I know it's getting late for him. So we're going to do You Should Know This at the end of tonight's episode, which also proves the theory, Ron.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I mean, really, we could just shake up the format of the show. Anything, literally anything.
Shake it up. As you said that, my cat jumped up on the desk. She's into the theme. She's like, anything can happen. I'm jumping up here. I'm saying hello. There she is. She's the same color as the microphone, so she blends in, but she's here.
Yes. The host of the show can forget that he's doing a thing that he created. I mean, anything can happen, Ron. It's really exciting. It's really exciting. Well, let's bring our guests on the show, Ron Placone. Tell us, who is our first contestant tonight on Anything Can Happen?
So our first contestant is a comedian from New York City, and he makes people. So he's got to put those kids to bed. And he hosts the Ted Alexandro show. It comes out every Thursday, and his new album, The Lost Album, dropped this week. So please welcome to the show, Ted Alexandro.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, I've been creating albums. I'm creating people. I've been a busy man. So thanks for having me on.
Which is generating the most revenue, Ted? The kids or the album?
We've got those kids working hard, Graham. So far it's the kids.
Yes, this show is a big proponent of child labor, folks. Right. Always get those kids working as soon as they can. And where can people get the album if they want to listen to it?
Wherever, whatever your platform of choice is, the Lost Album can be found there. So wherever you choose, just make sure to follow, subscribe, anything that will uplift the Lost Album. Please do that.
Outstanding. Ron, tell us who our next contestant is on Anything Can Happen.
Our next contestant is an independent reporter and podcaster. She is the host of the 34th District podcast, and she collaborates with Status Quo, and she's got a new philosophy podcast with me. Please welcome to the show, Tina Desiree Berg.
Hello.
How are you, Tina?
I'm good. How are you? I'm glad you got my name spelling right. I was feeling like a porno star there for a hot minute.
Tina Desire, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the main stage. The dancers work for tips and tips alone, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're trying to turn the show more into a strip club. I was.
I need to
because anything can happen.
Like, right. I mean, because let's be fair, Ron. My game show voice is eerily similar to a strip club DJ. You know.
They are. They're in the same vein for sure. Yeah.
They really are. They're definitely adjacent.
Don't forget to pick up your bacon wrapped steak in the main room.
Well, I mean, there's definitely a niche for a newscaster that hangs off of a pole. Let's be honest. That might get more views.
Well, they had naked news. I don't know if that's still a thing, but that was the thing that they had for a little while, where it was just somebody would just strip while giving you the news.
Something serious, I'm game.
All right. Yeah, if they're actually doing journalism, I don't care either. Like they could have face tattoos if they were actually doing journalism rather than the nonsense we got to watch now. So
exactly.
That would be funny if they were naked and we still just had the same critiques, like you're upholding empire. You know, like we just we completely overlook the fact that they're all nude. You're in the pocket of corporate America.
Stop serving the plutonymy.
Right. Yes, you're in the pocket because they have pockets. Well,
I wish we could tattoo your sponsors on your shoulders.
Wait, it might be time for this guy.
Oh no, we got like morning radio sound effects. That's fantastic.
We got a sound box. We knew it was going to happen someday. Someday the sound box is going to come in. We didn't know when.
That reminds me, Ron Placone and I will be at Toyota of Glendale handing out anything can happen Z95 beer koozies and Frisbees for the kids.
Don't forget, Graham, 25-cent wings from 5 to 9 and ask for Sherry.
It's 75 past the hour traffic on the nines.
I'm having PTSD of so many mornings on the road, man. You guys, you really, it's all too accurate.
Well, congratulations, Ted, because you just won Buck Cherry tickets. Don't forget to pick them up at the station.
Come check out Ted this weekend at the comedy caravan.
The worst was when they would say first 5 callers, free tickets to Ted Alexandro, and then like 10 minutes later, all right, we got 5. Come on, call in. We got 5 tickets.
Shit. 5 tickets.
Any show you want.
We literally, Ron, I don't know if you realize this. I won 4 tickets at your show last night.
Oh, you won the raffle. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, they do a raffle at Flappers Comedy Club where they give you show tickets.
I'm like, all right.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Well, you know what? We're all winners on Anything Can Happen, Ron, as I slide into a delightful segue. We're going to go into our let's go into our first category, contestants. We're going to
all right. Serious now.
This is it. This is for real now. Our favorite category. I'm going to give a quote. Who said this? Democrat or Republican? And it is a famous quote from a prominent Republican or Democrat who is either president, vice president, a key cabinet member, or was a candidate in the primary, or ran for president and didn't win, but significant. It's not going to be like
significant people. There's not going to be anyone obscure.
It's not going to be like secretary.
Famous last words.
Yeah, it's not going to be like Secretary of Socks.
But it could be a Secretary of State, Defense, something of that nature.
Someone like that, and it'll be somebody that was like well known in that position. It won't be. They're all prominent people. It's not some random thing. So here we go.
And we raise our hand, right?
Raise your hand, and whoever raises their hand first, I will call upon.
And so I will say the question. If somebody raises their hand and they get it right, they get a point and a chance to get an extra point by naming the exact person. If they get it wrong, the other contestant has a chance to gain a point by naming the person that said it. Obviously, what party it is if you got one wrong. All right. Our first question tonight on Anything Can Happen. Kate, our moderator and scorekeeper, will be putting the scores on the board. Who said this, Republican or Democrat? I wrote in both haste and speed and left it here for fools to read.
Tina.
I have a 50% chance, I figure. Republican.
Oh, Tina, guess what? That's correct. It was a Republican. You got a point. Way to just raise your hand and flip the coin. I love it. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
I have no idea who said that. It has to be somebody from way back, though, just because of the style of the English. So now I'm running through my brain cells to try to remember. Wait, could it be like a Whig Party person? Like
Nope. It would be either Republican or Democrat.
Say it again.
I wrote in both haste and speed and left it here for fools to read.
I have no flippin' idea. Teddy Roosevelt, just because that's the first Republican that popped into my head. Definitely wasn't George W.
Tina, no, he could never see. He couldn't even read that sentence, let alone.
Exactly.
So Teddy Roosevelt. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Ted, you have to pick up a point.
I have a chance to steal. I'm gonna take a shot at Honest Abe Lincoln.
Ted Alexandro, congratulations! You just tied it up on anything.
Shit, that seems so obvious now.
Isn't it? See, wasn't
the man
that?
He could turn a phrase.
The Gettysburg Address. That's the Gettysburg Address, isn't it?
That's the guy.
A lot of points on the board in this segment, Graham, and I'm going to make this prediction now. This is going to be a high-scoring, close game.
This is already exciting. 2 points out of the gate. Quick hands being raised, points being thrown about. Ron, it truly makes me feel like
anything can happen.
It can happen.
Oh, thank you so much.
You know, I kind of feel like had Abe Lincoln lived in this day and age, he would have left like overly flowery texts and stuff. It's like, Abe, can you back off on the, like it's 2020. Like, I don't need every text to be a masterpiece.
Right.
Just tell me when you want me to pick you up, Abe. I need to like 4 and drive around the block.
Keep it simple. I mean,
Abe, I was invited to your wedding. I don't need 4 promos for your Substack a day. All right, I'm subscribed. We're buddies. I support you.
Right.
Sheesh, knock it off.
Oh shit. Woo.
Like, he would never write like JK. He'd be like, I propose a jest to your last comment.
I jest, right?
Of humor. Like, all right.
Let it be known.
Just let it be known to all that can hear the timbre of my voice.
Within the sound, yes.
All right, good note. You're all learning. Don't text Honest Abe. Good to know. Next question. We are locked in at 1 apiece. Who said this? Republican or Democrat? In the next 10 years, during which Iran, might foolishly consider launching an attack on Israel, we would be able to totally obliterate them.
Tina.
Democrat.
Tina, quick hands get you another point. That is correct. She has the lead 2-1 now. A chance to extend that lead or give Ted another chance to tie. Which prominent Democrat said that quote?
Obama.
Tina, that is incorrect.
Yeah.
Ooh, the quick hand is the first
I know
point.
who it is. Wait, can I? Oh,
Nope. No, you don't get to keep guessing. You don't get to just
No?
keep listing off people. Ted.
You know what, Graham? The show is called Anything Can Happen, and I'm gonna cede my guess to Tina and let her take a second guess.
What?
Clinton.
Hold on.
Clinton. No. Can we
I mean,
split the point?
is it not Anything Can Happen? Do I have the wrong? Am I on the wrong show?
Well, no, he's right. Ron, I guess he can just give up his question to the next. Are we going to allow this, Ron? I don't know.
I don't see why not. I mean, I feel like.
Can I still get a guess if she's wrong again?
Yes.
Or is it
another guess if she's wrong again? I guess.
Unless you want to cede a third guess to her.
I
mean,
just
I
want
to.
No, my
this point.
benevolence does have its limits, as Abe would say.
That's so clearly a married guy.
How
Just
Adam
like,
Smith of you. My
that's a married
benevolence.
guy. Right. Move.
Let it
right.
be known, Ted has benevolence.
Just let her take it. I got to pick up the kids in an hour. Just go. All right, Tina, you have a shot. You have a second guess.
I'm going with Clinton.
Which one?
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, ooh. Hillary.
Guess what?
Not sure.
You just expanded your lead 3-1. That was correct. That was Hillary Clinton.
Can I take it back?
And yeah, I know, Ted. What were you thinking? Yes, she said
He's
that.
being chivalrous. I can't get that word out. Chivalrous.
Perfect. That was
Nailed it.
Perfect.
We're a big fan of firsts on this show, and that was the first. This is the first time where somebody said, you know what? No, let them go. Give them another one.
You talked about a big comeback last week, so I'm just laying the groundwork for another big comeback.
Oh, this is some sort of like Ali rope-a-dope thing where you let the guy pound you and then they get tired.
Could happen.
Okay. All right. Wow. This is exciting, Ron. This is why anything can happen. We've never seen a guy just give up a point like that. Fantastic. If he comes back and wins, it's the most amazing thing we've ever seen. If he loses by a point, he's going to hang himself, right?
I guess that's on the table. Well, I leave anything can happen. That's one option.
I don't want anybody ill will, but if it boosts our numbers, I'm not going to say no. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Just tag in the suicide note. That's all I ask.
I thought she was going to guess Bill.
No, because it seems so obviously Hillary after the fact. Sometimes you just have to think a second more, I think.
That's all you need. And one more second of thinking. Well, Tina, you have the lead 3-1 thanks to Ted.
Thank you, Ted.
Giving the ball up on the 1 yard line, but here we go. Another question. Now, anything could happen. Where Ted could get 2 points and tie it. Tina could take a 4-point lead. Anything, Ron, could happen. Which prominent Republican or Democrat said this? Peace is not absence of conflict. It is the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means.
Tina.
Democrat.
No.
Oh, damn. All right. Well, I just gave one back to Ted then, because there's only one other option.
Well,
Republican.
Yeah, that's
everybody has tried that every match so far.
It doesn't work that way.
But I sold it. No.
Ted's hoping he gets some sort of generosity after giving that last point up. And we were just like,
I was the best at yes anding it though. That should be a half point.
Oh, you're making your improv instructor proud. So Ted, here's how it goes. Since she picked incorrectly, obviously it's a Republican. So you have a chance to pick up a point. If you can name which prominent Republican said the quote, I'll even read it again for you. Peace is not absence of conflict. It is the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means.
How does that even make sense? Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's what was going through my head. Is it's horseshit. Like no matter who said it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't know how far back to go. I'm gonna say that is Daddy George Bush.
That's a solid guess.
George Herbert Walker Bush. That is a solid guess.
It does sound very neoconservative-y.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Tina, you have a chance to get the point again. No, it's still hanging up there. Which prominent Republican said it?
Can you say it one more time just so I can get the whole gist of the cognitive dissonance?
Peace is not absence of conflict. It is the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means.
Oh, man. This is a tough one. All right, I'm going to go with son Bush.
George W. Bush.
Yes.
That is incorrect. You both had a stab at it. Ron Placone, tell him which Republican said this marble-mouthed kind of veiled threat sounds like a peaceful thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that's sort of the theme of the show. You both were like, yeah, this sort of sounds like bullshit. Yeah, we don't want people walking away going like, wow, what brilliant leaders we've had. They're all great. But those were both excellent guesses, but you didn't go back quite far enough. That was Ronald Reagan.
Oh!
Yeah.
The monster in chief. Of course it was.
Good old Cold War threat.
Good old Cold War Reagan,
yeah. I mean, he could turn a phrase too, you know.
100%.
As loathsome as he was, he could read a teleprompter.
He could until the end.
Yeah,
right.
Well, he was just like saying, well,
That's such a Hunter Thompson quote right there. Like, as loathsome as he was, he could read a teleprompter. That's like Hunter Thompson. Like, he was an asshole, but he knew a lot about football. Like,
right.
Well, no points were scored in that round, Ron. 3-1. A lot of exciting back and forth in that one, but no points.
That was a tough one.
That was a tough one. All right, next question. Who said this? Republican or Democrat? The good Lord didn't see fit to put oil and gas only where there are democratically elected regimes friendly to the United States. Occasionally, we have to operate in places where, all considered, one would not normally choose to go, but we go where the business is.
Ted.
George W. Bush. I feel like the good Lord thing.
So you're saying the party?
Oh shit, man! I'm sorry, I jumped the gun. Republican.
You jumped the
Republican.
All right, so that is correct. Remember, now raise your hand. Let Ron pick you. That is correct. Republican. Now, Ted, a chance to tie the game and pick up a second point. Which prominent Republican said that?
I'm gonna stick with what I said, though I have a feeling it's wrong. George W. Bush.
Your feeling is correct. That is wrong. All right.
Well, thank you. I got some affirmation in my incorrectness.
All right, Tina.
I have no flipping idea.
Ted has.
I think it's older. I think it's an older one. All right, read it one more time. It's about oil and war, obviously. So George W. would be the obvious choice, but it seems like it's stretching further back.
The good Lord didn't see fit to put oil and gas where there were only democratically elected regimes friendly to the United States. Occasionally, have to operate in places where, all considered, one would not normally choose to go, but we go where the business is.
Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just obviously Trump or something. Oh, I actually don't know. All right, I'm going to go with Trump just because I have no idea.
That is incorrect. Ted was the closest. Ron, tell him how close he was.
Ted was very close, but when he said jumping the gun, he was on to something because Dick Cheney said that, Graham.
Oh, you know what? I'm being an idiot. I was thinking it had to be a president. You're right. It could be any prominent.
So was I. I was
all right.
For whatever reason, I was locked into presidents.
I was locked into presidents too.
We've already
Cheney.
had
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
Who was not president. She said that.
You're right. Totally Stu.
She was my president, Graham.
Oh,
she was my president. She's still my president.
Stop still withering over there.
She's my president.
Okay, Ron, cut out with the still
dogs,
withering.
She's their president too. They're barking because they're like, no, she's my president.
Hypatia's like, bitch, no.
All
That's
right.
my dog barking. Okay.
Bernie and Jill Stein blocked the entrance to Michigan. They had no right doing that.
Do you need some wine with that wine?
Oh, thank you so much, Hillary Clinton supporter, for coming on our show and blaming everybody but yourself. We really appreciate that.
It's like Queen Pumala over there.
It's fantastic. All right, Tina.
How's the weather in Moscow?
All right. It's actually really warm. I had Susan Dawson on my show the other day. Very warm.
It's all Susan Sarandon's fault.
It's definitely. All right, Tina has the lead 3-2. Ted did pick up a point.
Yeah, he picked up a point. Oh man.
Ooh, this is exciting. Next question. Who said this? Republican or Democrat? We've become now an oligarchy instead of a democracy. I think that's been the worst damage to the basic moral and ethical standards to the American political system that I've ever seen in my life.
Democrat. Oh, did I jump the gun?
Well, you got to raise your hand. Did you raise your hand and Ron called you?
She raised her hand, yeah.
She raised
I raised my hand, but I spoke before he called me.
Okay.
Sorry. My bad.
I thought it was almost simultaneous. We'll allow it.
Okay.
All right, so your answer is, Tina?
Democrat.
That is correct. You just picked up a point. A chance to extend your lead even more. Tell us which prominent Democrat said that quote.
Okay, Bernie Sanders is too obvious. Who else says oligarchy though?
Bernie's not even a Democrat. Sorry,
Okay, wine mom, knock it off. He ran as a Democrat.
I'm done.
He ruined the party. he only runs as a Democrat when he wants to grift. You know that, wine mom. He uses the party. Ah, shit. Who else would say oligarchy though? Can you read it one more time? Sorry.
Yes, we've become now an oligarchy instead of a democracy. I think that's been the worst damage to the basic moral and ethical standards to the American political system that I've ever seen in my life.
Or I'm going to go with Bernie Sanders just because I'm drawing a blank at who else it could be, but I don't think that's right.
That is incorrect. You now have a chance to pick another point back up.
All right, Ted.
I'm going to go with the other politician in that camp, if they are in a camp, Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, that is
is an excellent
incorrect.
Guess.
Ron,
oh shit!
Which Democratic president said that?
Well, those were
was that how it was phrased? Was it phrased Democratic president?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think he didn't say that.
Okay.
I was going to say, are we
that Democratic president?
Okay.
No, I mean those were both excellent guesses, and I like how Tina was saying, like, who else would say oligarchy? Because you were onto something. Because we got to go back a while for someone who would say something like that. Jimmy Carter said that quote.
Jimmy Carter.
Oh, Jimmy Carter.
So
Yeah.
That is an interesting observation. Post 1980, you don't hear presidents saying stuff like that, do you?
No.
Yep. And Jimmy Carter was in the White House for one term, and the CIA sabotaged his attempt to save the hostages, and because he was anti-war, and that's why they got him out there. And when guys say oligarchy, they lose their jobs, and that's why no one said it for 40 years. So,
yeah, true, all true.
All right, let's go to a new category. So, what is it?
A new category.
Tina has the 2-point lead again, 4-2. Ted had a chance to grab a point, but couldn't quite get it. But Ron. Where are we at?
Anything can happen, Graham. Anything can happen. Points are on the board. Still a lot of game left.
A lot of game left. We're gonna go to it. We're gonna go to. We have a new category we haven't done. This is politician or supervillain.
Wait, that's what? That's oxymoronic.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me get to that category here. Sorry. Politician or supervillain? I will name an action that they did that they did, and you tell me. And it's the same. It's a very similar thing to Republican or Democrat. So you pick politician or supervillain, and if you're right, you have a chance to guess the actual politician or supervillain who said it. And if that's wrong, the other person has a chance to steal the point.
So by supervillain, you mean like the Joker?
Yes, from a comic book character, like from the Joker.
Okay.
One of those evil people, probably from either the major movies that have come out or the comic books, but more than likely from the movies. Just to give you, I'm not going to go so nerd on you that you can't, you got to be a comic nerd.
I actually might have a better chance at the nerd thing than the movie thing.
Okay, fantastic. All right.
Okay.
Supervillain
or politician?
And then, of course, another point is on the board if you name the villain or politician.
Right.
So that's
if you get it
how
right,
we get the 2 points.
Yep. You could pick up 2 points in this, or it could split. One of you could each get a point. So who am I? I contaminated a city's water with an agent to make people destroy each other.
Tina.
Supervillain.
That is correct.
I mean, for a second there was like Flint water crisis, but then I'm like, no, that's a supervillain.
Could have done that. Could have gone that way.
Oh God, which one? Which supervillain? I have no idea. So could it be the guy from Chinatown per se? And I can't think of his name.
The guy from China.
Does that qualify? Yeah, the movie Chinatown. It's the only movie I can think of that's about water.
Again, it's a comic book.
Too highbrow.
Comic book.
Too highbrow? Oh, it is a comic book. This one is? Wait.
No, they're all are. The category, it's this comic book supervillain. So it's an actual
Oh, I got you. Okay, I misunderstood that. I don't know. I'm not Joker. The Joker's the only one I can think of. I just lost my nerd card.
Just lost your nerd card. Ted, you have a chance to pick up this point. Which supervillain contaminated a city's water with an agent to make people destroy each other?
Man, part of me feels like it was whatever the name of the character that Willem Dafoe played in one of those movies, but I can't. He was on a hoverboard, right? I can't remember for the life of me. I can't remember that supervillain. So I'm gonna go with Alfred Molina as Doc Ock. Is that right?
That is a good choice. That is a very good choice.
I know it's coming.
Willem Dafoe, it was, but that's incorrect. That's absolutely incorrect. That was actually Liam Neeson's character, Ra's al Ghul, in Batman Begins.
Oh,
contaminated Gotham's water supply, and then
I knew it was Batman. I couldn't figure out which one it was.
And didn't he have to get his child back too from? Or that's a different Liam Neeson movie.
That's
I'm confused.
He was president, and somebody came on his plane.
Right.
That's the one.
And there were snakes. There were snakes on that plane.
Yes, these are all valid answers.
And then the dinosaurs came back.
And
it's a good movie.
Yes,
the dinosaurs came back.
Or we would have accepted when Barack Obama drank Flint water and lied that it was good. Or we would have accepted that answer.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
This is not a stunt.
Wow. Yeah, that was bad.
Tina has expanded her lead, though, 5-2. Ted, clock is ticking on you, coming behind here.
All right, I'm locked in now.
Anything can happen. Ted's been a little shy on the hand racing. He may change that strategy up at any moment.
Oh,
are you trying to give him a hint of what to do there, Ron?
No, it's happened before.
This feels like you might be pulling a Krish Mohan on us, but we're not sure. But we cannot predict Ted, because he might deliberately not answer any more questions, as he was the guy who gave up a point early on, which we've never had happen. So
this is going to be like, I can name that answer in 2 words, and then you just guess 50%.
Well, two things. These aren't even actually my hands. I have to come clean. My hands are down below. That's first. And secondly, no, I do think I like to come from behind, but also I think that I'm trying to demonstrate, I'm trying to model an anti-capitalist thing where it's not all about winning all the time. Like, how can we help? How can we build community? You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to model for people.
This is the first ever sort of
my friend
episode of Anything Can Happen. This is fantastic. All right. Thank you for this. Maybe, Ron, I don't know. Maybe we need to restructure the whole show. Maybe this is just too capitalist.
There could be. I mean, we could see an episode where they refuse to advance without each other. Like, I won't get another point until they do.
Wait.
They do.
Ted, there's always prisoner's dilemma.
Send both people their box of ramen. Oh, no. Everybody wins.
That's right.
This is.
Oh shit!
Another world is possible. Another game show is possible.
Another.
Right. So maybe this episode will end in a sit-in. We don't know.
It's going to end in a drum circle.
It's going to end in a drum circle. All right, get your henna tattoos ready for the final round, everybody.
Oh shit! All right.
Woo! Here we go. Whether or not you want these points, they are available on this next question. Who did this? Politician or supervillain? I secretly and illegally bombed a country using code names breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, supper, and dessert.
Ted.
I'm going to go politician.
Ted Alexandro, you just got yourself a capitalist point. Way to go,
I'm conflicted, but it does feel good. I have to be honest.
Now, Ted, a chance to get another point, an inch closer. Which politician cut his act?
Oh, gosh. All right. I will go with Richard Nixon.
Ted Alexandro, you just picked up a second point. Congratulations.
Whoa.
I actually knew that one.
This is Nixon's illegal bombing of Cambodia called Operation Menu. And literally these names sound like a crazy cartoon character's evil plan. But no, that's our commander-in-chief in the 70s.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I'm in trouble.
Somebody's asking in the chat. It's not to repeat. It's not the quote, but here's what it is. So Nixon secretly and illegally, he didn't ask Congress if he bombed Cambodia, and he used code names. It was called Operation Menu, and each one of the bombings the code names were breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, supper, and dessert. That's fantastic.
And then they gave Kissinger a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yep. Then Kissinger got a Peace Prize. So
because that
at
makes sense.
At a luncheon, ironically.
Oh, wow.
Looking at each other, huh? We having there, Hank, a little snack. And he passed like the bread over the table. They laughed. That's how these guys were nuts. They were funny. All right, now that Ron, that was crazy. What just happened? Ted has now got
crazy.
One closer.
Ted's employing some reverse psychology here. First, he does some anti-capitalist speech, and then he sweeps 2 points.
And then I like slow down on my. And next thing I know,
part of the plan.
I see what you're doing there, Sun Tzu.
the art of war.
All right, now it's becoming
I
a
see you.
All right, next person. Now, was this a politician or super villain? I laughed when told an adversary was killed and said, "quote We came, we saw, he died." Politician or super villain?
Tina.
Politician?
That is correct. Oh, every time Ted gets close, Tina tacks on another point. Tina, a chance to pick up a second point.
Hillary motherfucking Clinton.
That is motherfucking correct.
Wow.
You just extended your lead by 2 really quick. Yes. Upon when she was Secretary of State under the Obama administration, when they had Gaddafi killed, which opened up a vacuum of power, which created open sex slave trading, basically. When she was given the news, she said, "We came, we saw, he died," and she laughed.
And then she laughed maniacally.
That quote was taken out of context.
Oh,
You're just
why, Mom?
angry. You're angry about a strong woman, and now you're mansplaining imperialism.
Wait, hang on. Are you mansplaining misogyny to me, a woman?
Yes, I hope this character's doing that.
Yo, mansplainer 3000. Take a seat there. Slow down.
You're assuming
Slow
that
down.
Ron's character was a man. We have to give Ron a wide berth. The character he was just portraying could be,
Okay, totally fair.
We will never know. Said character is already back at brunch. We'll never know.
No.
They left already.
I wanted to ask, how did that character identify itself? But I guess they're at brunch. That's cool.
They're at brunch.
All right.
They rode off on a blue wave.
They were
So actually, Tina picked
drinking card Bordeaux.
the quickest way to go nowhere.
So I just want Kate to know that Tina actually picked up 2 points in that round, so she should be up 7-4. She had a 2 points.
2 sweeps in a row.
Two big
Doesn't
sweeps.
happen often. 2 sweeps in a row. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
All right. We are the clock is ticking on this, but it's exciting because big lead. Tina gets out to a big lead. Ted gets close. Tina gets out to another lead. Ted gets close again. This is exciting. All right, let's go to all right. All right. Let's go. All right, we'll go into another category.
Okay.
Let's go to people worth listening to. These are actually like people that have done some decent stuff, and it's multiple choice. I will read what they've done or their quote. Basically, it's a quote, and then I will give you 4 answers to choose from. And first person to raise their hand, if they answer correctly, they get that point. If they answer incorrectly, the other person has a chance to pick up the point. But only 1 point is available in this round. People worth listening to. Property is theft was echoed first by which philosopher? A, Karl Marx. B, Plato. C, Pierre Joseph Proud. How do you pronounce that one? Proudhon. And D, Popeye the Sailor.
Ted.
What?
Can I ask for
I know who said this.
Can I ask for the quote to be repeated, please?
Yes. Property is theft was echoed first by which of these people? Karl Marx, Plato, Pierre Joseph Proudhon, Popeye the Sailor.
A, Karl Marx.
That is incorrect. Tina, you have a chance to steal this point and extend your lead to 8.
Proudhon.
Pierre. That is correct. Picks up the point. Oh, that was so close. I would have said Popeye the Sailor.
To be honest, that would have been my second guess. I knew it wasn't Karl Marx. But I feel like I have the one up on Ted on this question. Ted doesn't know probably that I have a master's degree in philosophy, so this is totally unfair.
Well, you know what actually happened is that in an interview once in the 90s, someone asked Popeye, "Is property theft?" And he just said, "I am what I am, and that's all that I am." And they're like, "Way to duck the question, asshole. That's not what we were asking." But we get it. You don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking of Richard Marx, actually.
Which
the song lyric. I get it.
Yeah, that's wherever you go, whatever you do, property is theft.
Is theft.
That was the first draft. Yeah, I think that was in the liner notes of that album, if I'm not mistaken.
That was the name of the album, wasn't it? Property is theft.
Property is theft. Yeah.
Solid work. A solid work that was.
All right. People worth listening to. Here's a quote, and I will read for potential people who said this. We've brought into the idea that education is about training and success defined monetarily rather than learning to think critically and to challenge. Who said this? A, Chris Hedges. B, Cornel West. C, Noam Chomsky. D, it was on a Wheaties box.
Ooh. Can you say one more time, repeat the quote?
I have to.
Sorry. I have to raise my hand first. Sorry.
Yeah, you can't just...
Well, I have a guess.
All right. So
did Ted, you already raise your hand? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I have to just strategically. I have to keep guessing here. I'm going to go with C. Noam Chomsky.
Ted Alexandro. That is incorrect. I'm so sorry. Quick hands have brought both fortune and fame in this particular episode. So I will read this again. Tina, you have a chance to pick up another point and extend the lead. We've bought into the idea that education is about training and success defined monetarily rather than learning to think critically and to challenge. Who said this? Chris Hedges, Cornel West, Noam Chomsky. It was on a Wheaties box.
Chris Hedges.
Tina, that's an excellent answer and correct. You have another point. Oh my goodness. This is becoming just
Tina's running away
The
with
giveaway, the giveaway in that particular is that he uses the word monetary. I don't think Chomsky or Cornel West would phrase it in those terms. I'm just saying.
You got the point. Isn't it enough? You don't have to. You don't have to explain that I missed the obvious clue.
One contestant has a master's degree. One's been telling good jokes in bars. See if you can figure out.
That's just wrong.
Oh, fantastic. This is this next question is worth 6 points. No, I'm kidding. All right. All right, let's go into
Ted, you're hilarious.
all right, pick now. Who did this? I'm going to list something that they did, and you get to pick either KGB or CIA. It's real quick.
Ooh. Well, that should be good.
And there's no, if you get it wrong, there's no point to be had. Like if you get it right, you get the point. So if you're just, you got to.
No second guessing.
There's no, it doesn't go to the other person. If you pick,
Right, okay.
there's only 2 choices. So, all right. They ran a dungeon called Cobalt where prisoners were kept in complete isolation and darkness. They were shackled while loud noise or music played, and all they had to use the bathroom was a bucket.
Ted.
What?
KGB.
That is incorrect.
That's the CIA.
Yeah, that's the CIA's bread and butter, Ted. That's what they love to do.
I don't believe that for a minute.
And they don't think it's torture.
Yeah, it's not torture. It's freedom. It's freedom coaching, is what it is.
It's fighting for freedom.
It's like a one-on-one freedom personal trainer, is what they're.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, you get like a 5-pack with a freedom personal trainer.
Right.
Yeah, right. You get 5 free pack for the price.
Oh my God, you're killing me.
All right. Was this CIA or KGB? By their own admission, many of their interrogators were known sadists with histories ranging from inappropriate detainee interrogations to anger management issues to sexual assault.
Tina.
CIA again.
Tina, you let the dogs out. That got a point right there. Congratulations. You just 10-4.
Oh man,
Perfect.
That was great.
Hypatia. Yeah, can you hear my dog? She's flipping out.
You know, I thought that there was really no wrong answer to that one, right? You could flip a coin with what you described.
Yeah, you
No,
could have.
that is true. It's just the CIA actually has that formally documented.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
So the KGB just kept shoddy. They kept shoddy documents.
Yeah, they're not as good at record keeping, apparently.
Yeah, he's really
that was always the knock on the KGB is their record keeping was very
Shoddy. Very shoddy.
Yeah, very shoddy.
All right, next question. This group did shitty things.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Yeah, that was always the knock on the KGB, that they really didn't detail how awful they were. That's a good point. All right, now let's go to another category. Let's go to now this is, I'm going to give you a quote. Is this either politician or song lyrics? And again,
Shit.
there's 2 points
should be
to
good.
here. If you get the politician, you say politician, you get a point for that if that's correct, and then the actual politician, you get a second point. And so this is like we've done before. You could get one part right, and the other contestant can pick up a point if you get the second part wrong. So who said this quote, politician or the song lyrics? I want you to want me.
Tina.
I want you to want me. It's a song. I need you to need me. I'm trying to think of who it is. I love you. Cheap Trick.
2 points. You got it. Ready to go.
I was going to say Al Gore.
Nice.
Oh, we would have accepted John Kerry.
He sang that in front of a Heinz factory.
Oh no, that's
All right.
hilarious.
I think we know who's probably going to win this, but we're going to just since I know we're going to do one more question. We're going to go back.
Has there ever been this bad a bloodbath?
No, actually,
Yeah. Close.
Are you serious? I legit thought I was going to lose too. That's the funny thing.
Gareth and Dave was almost at this.
It was almost at this. This is
Yeah.
8 points. I think theirs was like 6.
6 points. Yeah, Gareth. Yeah, I think Gareth pulled out 6 at the end of it. But which, hey, anything can happen. We got one more.
Anything
question.
can happen.
One more question. We're going to go back to who said this, Democrat or Republican. So, Ted, what's on the line here is to not be the biggest loss, but I don't know. Maybe you want to, in your socialist game show manifesto, you want to prove a point. I'm not sure.
Most gracious contestant in the history of the show.
I'm gonna work backwards from the result. If it winds up being that, then I'll say that was my agenda all along.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
All right.
Sorry.
Who said this? Democrat or Republican? As a prosecutor and a law enforcer, I have a huge stick.
Ted.
I'm gonna say Democrat.
Ted, that is correct. You got a point to now get another point and be tied to the worst loss in anything can happen history, or give Tina a chance to have the biggest win ever. Which prominent Democrat said, as a prosecutor and law enforcer, I have a huge stick?
I'm
feeling, if I may.
Yeah.
I'm a socialist, but there are rules. I am getting strong Kamala Harris vibes. I'm going to go with the vice president, former DA, Kamala Harris.
Ted Alexandro, congratulations. That is correct. Kamala Harris did say that. Oh, so now he only lost by 6 points. You have tied Gareth for the worst crushing. But I must say, we do have a first, Ron. I believe 12 points is the most anyone's ever gotten.
That is. Yeah, that's the highest score ever.
Oh,
now we have to see whoever matches Tina's score will have to play Tina, and Gareth and Ted have to play at some point.
Yes, we do have
those are future contests.
We do have to.
It'll just be riffing, and then it'll be like we asked 2 questions and they tied. It was.
Oh, wait, I
that's
think
gonna
I
be
need
the 0-0 match.
That'll be a 0.
Gareth v. Ted.
I'm gonna suggest that I play Dave Anthony because I want to do that now.
Dave racked up some points. I mean, Dave was probably the second closest. I think, did Dave get 11?
I think Dave got 11.
I think Dave got 11. So yeah, you and Dave. So yeah, we could do that.
It would be. This is how it would go.
Dave v. Tina.
Well, I think I made my point though that it doesn't always have to be about winning. Sometimes it's about the relationships, the friends we made along the way. Was that not a Richard Marx song as well?
Yes, that was on Property is Theft, I believe.
That's right.
Yes.
Which is his best album. Property is.
I'm a big fan of that album. Big fan. Big fan.
I mean,
I stole that album, as a matter of fact, from a Sam Goody.
That's how he would have wanted it.
I see. Shit.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Ted, I know you got to go. But it's great having you on the show. Tell everybody where they can follow you, your work.
I stole it from a Sam Goody. That was good.
So fun, guys. Thank you for having me. And congratulations to Tina. The Lost album. check it out, folks. Wherever you stream stuff, I don't care if you steal it or not. Just listen to the Lost album wherever you find stuff. And I'm at Ted Alexandro on social media.
Awesome. Ted, thank you
Thanks,
so
Ted.
much, man. We really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the show. And
My pleasure.
it's always good to have a Richard Marx fan in the house. So we really you're the best
For
Richard
sure.
Marx socialist we've ever had on the show.
That makes me feel good. I appreciate that. I know there have
Richard
been
Marx,
more than a few.
socialist.
All right, my
Thanks,
friend.
guys.
Thank you
All right,
so much.
Ted.
Have a great night.
Well,
Cheers.
Tina, congratulations. You're our winner and highest point total and
Woohoo!
loudest pets that we've ever had.
I'm sorry.
Lucy can.
Yeah,
hear it.
Hypatia's a little
Lucy's
on
like,
she's on a tear this evening. I don't know if there's a squirrel out there or what's going on, but
It's
yeah.
nuts. Well, Tina, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. This was super fun. And
Super fun.
tell everybody where they can follow all your work that you do as a journalist and activist and all that.
So my handle on Twitter is my name, Tina Desiree Berg. My podcast is District 34, and then I also do reporting for Status Coup. And in fact, this week we just released a report Jordan and I did on the West Virginia Democrats, where the state party chair is going through the process of maybe being decredentialed because of some racist comments that she made to the executive committee, basically stating that they've added a couple of black women to the committee, but it's okay. Nothing's going to change because they're not giving any voting rights, even though so it's just bodies added. So kind of an explosive, horrifying. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Some leaked audio. So that's up this week. And then also have a report on the 3%er militia coming out probably tomorrow or the next day.
Nice. Well, nice work. Well, follow what Tina's doing out there. She's doing great work. And of course, we love Status Coup. We've had Jordan on the show many times. We've been trying to set up for months a game show with Jordan and Jen playing against each other, but their schedule is not allowed.
Yes.
We are working.
That'd be hilarious, actually.
So, all right, Tina, thank you so much for
Right on.
the show. And
Super
we'll
fun.
See you soon. Thank you, sweetie. She let the dogs out. Ron, I can't hear you.
testing 1 2.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, my cat Lucy heard the dogs, which I have headphones on, but I think she could hear them because she like jumped up kind of from the desk, and when she did it, she kicked out the cable, and I didn't notice it.
Wow. Well, it's good to
Because
see
you know it's funny. I was trying to mention our podcast together, and no one was acknowledging it, and I was just like, "Wow, Tina must hate our podcast. She like doesn't want me to mention it." Like she must not.
podcast again. I'm
She
sorry.
must really hate this podcast. She doesn't want me to bring it up. Do you hear her? She's like, yeah. It's funny. I mean, it could have just been a coincidence, but I feel like she had to have heard the barking somehow because she like jumped up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And anyway, but yeah, Tina and I do have a new. We have a philosophy podcast. It's just a monthly thing because you know we're both pretty busy with a lot of other projects. But once a month we do a podcast, and it's about philosophy and political theory because we both have master's degrees and we're academics in our past lives, and we don't talk about those past lives very often because when would you? So we have a podcast about it, and our pilot episode, we told each other the story of why we left. Like she told me her story of why she left and didn't go on for her PhD. I told her the story of why I left and didn't, you know, so that was our pilot. We just kind of introduced ourselves and said, we have this former life. We want to make a podcast about it. Because we want to talk about these theories, but make them accessible to everyone, not like talk using $20 words for like 45 minutes at a time, but just talk really, you know, in a really fun way about it. So yeah, it's called Academy Refugees. You can get it wherever you get your podcasts. And check it out. It's still very new. We're only 3 episodes deep, and we're still finding our footing on it. But, you know, give it a listen. Our last episode was about propaganda. So we break down what propaganda really is, what it means, everything propaganda.
Nice. Well, we didn't get to at the top of the show because of the time constraints, but let's do it. Let's do a round of you should know this.
Let's do it.
Why don't you go first, Ron?
All right, here we go, Graham. You should know this.
Let's explain this.
Yeah.
anyone who doesn't know what this is, so Ron and I have been doing this for the last several episodes. Ron is a big expert on music, and I don't know much about music at all. And I'm an expert on movies, and Ron doesn't know much about movies at all. So we each give someone like a quote from a lyric from a song, and then I got to try to see which band it is, and then I'll give a quote from a movie, and Ron has to try to guess what movie it is. And there we try to pick stuff that's fairly popular or was at whenever the time it came out, and it's stuff that you should know.
You should know this. Here we go, Graham. I pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about half past dead. I just need some place where I can lay my head.
Oh, that's God. I know that. Take a load off, Fanny.
There you go. There you go.
Take
You know
a
this song.
load free. I can't tell you who sang it.
Take a load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on my cat, Lucy. Come here, sweetie.
Who sang that?
I can give you a hint. I can give you a very obvious hint, actually.
That's like so much music from that era. I know the lyrics to the song, but never paid attention to who did it.
Sure. No. That's fair. So here's the hint I'll give you. This is the most obvious name a band could possibly have.
Oh, the band.
There you go. The Wait by the Band. Last Waltz, one of the best rock and roll films ever made.
Oh, really?
Well, it's a concert film. It's not like but it's a concert film, and Last Waltz. It's phenomenal. Such a good. You should watch it as a movie guy, even though it's a concert film. It's still,
as a movie guy. Well, that song was in a popular film. And since you didn't just blurt out the name, I'm going to do a quote from it to see if you should know. That's why I like going second, because I'm like,
yeah. Well, it's been in a few movies. I feel like it's gotta, but yeah,
it has been in a few
right now.
It has been. It's definitely been in a few movies.
The Water Boy. What if when I have no clue, which is often, I just keep naming Adam Sandler movies until everyone in the chat just freaks the fuck out.
That's what you should always do. I used to do that when I would do Doug Loves Movies. And I was pretty good when he would do his quiz show, but whenever I came to something that I didn't know, and it was name the actors that were in the movie, I would always say, all right, well or I'd make up a name of a movie or something like that. And he'd go, okay, who was in that movie? And I'd say, Leif Garrett. And anytime I named Leif Garrett, the audience would start laughing. And Doug would go, all right, and then I started shaking it up. I'm like, that was with Darren Garrett, Leif Garrett's younger brother, who started it. And I'd give these elaborate, he's like, who's in it? What was that movie about? Because I'd make up a title that sounded like it was realistic. You know what I mean? Like it could be, because I've watched a million movies. You can just make anything sound like a real movie.
Oh, totally.
The time the docks went cold or whatever. You can just say that. That sounds like a real movie. And
that was from The Aviator's Revenge in '82. I saw it at the drive-in.
Aviator's Revenge. All right. Here's one. Here's a movie. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a quote from that. Oh, all good music died. Ah, shit. What's the exact quote? Dang it.
Wait, no, I actually think I know this one. This is that movie where, oh man, the Big Chill.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. Kevin Costner's dead and his friends are all there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one. Yeah.
And when they go to the funeral, they start that song, pulled in the night, and
Yeah.
they did songs in it. And then also, you can't always get what you want. Yeah, Kevin Costner, we only see his dead body.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's funny. There's that quote, and then I think he goes on to say, because like they start kind of having a back and forth about music, and he goes something along the lines of like he goes, there's been some good music. One of the guys goes, there's been some good music after 1977, and the guy goes, there's been no music since that, something like that.
Right.
Like he says, like 77 was the cutoff, and one time I was watching that movie with my dad, and my dad goes, "That's the truth," and I was like, "No, it's not true. It's not true at all. Not even close to being true. There was some great music made before 1977, and there's been great music after. That's how the world works." But it's still a fun quote.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me London Calling wasn't great music? That whole album? Come on, let's let's sit down and talk.
No kidding, man.
Black Planet. Come on, let's sit it down, baby boomers. Come on now. Oh, that's awesome! You got that. Way to go, Ron. That was great.
This is the first time in a minute that I got one.
Yeah, the whole chat went, "Wow, Ron, way to go! That was awesome."
Ron got one.
Ron got one. Everyone was like, "Awesome! This is fantastic."
What do we do now?
I know this usually goes on for 20 minutes. Like there's nothing for us to talk about anymore. I don't know. Usually I got to give 15 clues.
It's true.
But yeah, that movie had a young Kevin Kline, Jeff Goldblum's in it.
Which actor was it that I forget which character it was, but they're so deadpan. And the woman goes, the last time we spoke, we had a fight. Then the guy just like matter of factly and deadpan just goes, that's probably why he killed himself. And it's just so fucking inappropriate. But so funny.
Yeah.
I laughed. That was one of those moments I had to laugh. Do you ever have one of those moments? And this goes back to when VCRs were a thing where like, and I guess you could still do it to this day, but this is like VCR times where like you're laughing so hard you have to hit the pause button because you're missing shit. Like I've had those moments, and that's one of those moments. I laughed so hard when he said that. As like, I mean, I was like maybe 10 or 11 years old, but I had to like pause the thing. You know what I mean? Like, because we're missing the movie.
I had to do that the first time I watched Veep. On numerous episodes, I would have to hit the pause button. And like one time I was like eating noodles. I was like eating ramen and I like was spitting it out. I had to hit the pause. Like I almost went into convulsions. I was laughing so hard.
Dude, I mean, sometimes those moments have saved movies for me. I saw this movie once and I don't remember the name of it. I don't remember much of the details, to tell you the truth, because it was very forgettable. It was not a good movie. But there was this scene in the movie where they get in a fight. I mean, it was a comedy, but like there was a fight, and this guy grabs this other guy and he pulls him by his tie, and the tie comes off in his hand because the guy was wearing a clip-on tie. And for some reason, just the way it happened and the way they did it, I literally fell out of my chair laughing in the movie theater. Like, and I was totally like, I was in middle school. It was totally not cool. Like, it was like we were at the movie with like girls, and I had a crush on someone, and I had on a bunch of more cologne than any human being should have sprayed on themselves. Like it was during that era, right? And I lost my I just fell out of my chair laughing at that scene, and otherwise did not care for the movie that much. But that scene, that made up for it. I was like, that movie. I'd give it like 3 or 4 stars. I might even give it a second go around someday.
I used to wear cologne in college. I used to wear Fahrenheit cologne.
Oh, really? I had this like, yeah. I Fahrenheit I've never had. I had this like vintage cologne called Denny that I really liked as a kid. And then I had what was the other one? Was it Nautica maybe? I don't, man. That's kind of, I just remember you would do that thing where you'd go to the mall, the shopping mall, And this is just 90s fun time, folks. This is just what we're doing now. But like you'd go to the shopping mall and they would have that like it was almost like a walkway of cologne. They had all these colognes that they would sample, and they would just, oh, try this. And they'd be, oh, that smells so great. And then you'd be like, well, I'll buy it. And then that was what you did.
Yeah, I used to wear hair gel and cologne. It was the 90s were a complicated time, Ron, for a lot of people. You know?
I was invited to be an Axe body spray rep when I was a freshman in college. I cordially declined the invitation. But it was like, seriously, man, it's this new thing. It's called Axe. It's gonna go on to be the douchiest thing on the fucking planet. But do you want to get in on the ground floor? And it's like, no, I'll pass.
Oh, I wish you would have said yes to that. Like, I wish there was some footage of you like as an Axe rep.
Yeah, they'd be like sponsoring comedy tours now and shit. Like, you wanna? I went on a date and I didn't like the way I smelled. This isn't a deliberate setup or anything.
Oh, yeah, we had to weave it into a couple of our bits.
How nuts would that be?
Oh, man, you're laughing so hard, sir. What are you not wearing Axe body spray? Or like it was just horrible crowd work with Axe in there. Just awful.
What's your name? My name's Tom. That's a great name. Here's some Axe body spray. Like, that's it. That's just like you're not really doing crowd work. You're just interviewing them. Samples. What do you do? Wow, that sounds pretty neat. I like it. Give a round of applause for this guy. He gets some Axe body spray. What do you do? Huh? What do you?
That's your crowd work. Oh, are you guys live in the city? Oh, you drove in from about an hour or so outside. Great. Well, here's a sample of Axe body spray. Let me know how it works. Tag me on social media.
Buy Linda a drink. Put it on my tab. Bartender, is that okay? Is that okay? Give it up for your wait staff. Come on.
Oh. And then you go into some hacky, horrible bit. Man, I just get laid so much wearing Axe body spray. It's like this one time I was like, oh God, this is awful. This is just an awful fucking infomercial for Axe body spray.
It's still around, I think. Right? It's still a thing.
Oh man. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's got to be out there. Someone's got to be.
They probably still got campus reps. They still got campus reps. At Indiana University, they're like, are you going to be a placode or are you going to be a rep?
Don't placone yourself and say no to the best opportunity you've ever had in your life by being an Axe body spray rep.
True story. This guy, he does stuff on the internet now. He went here. You know why he does stuff on the internet? He fucking smells. Because he passed up his opportunity to be an Axe body spray guy. And now they're just like, hey, welcome to Hollywood, but you're so smelly. Stay in your apartment and do everything remote. Man, if only he would have said yes freshman year to being an Axe body spray guy. He could be on the Sunset Strip smelling good.
The guy that did say yes right after this Placone guy said no, he now lives inside of a yacht. He lives
on Lake Monroe.
On Lake Monroe, yeah. He owns 3 of the 5 Steak and Shakes outside of Bloomington. Owns
he
them
does.
all.
He eats at the same steakhouse John Mellencamp goes to once a week. Saw him outside of there once. Said hello. Yeah, because winners wear Axe body spray.
Winners. Not YouTube losers.
Not YouTube losers. You know why? Placode's not outside of Kilroy's throwing up in the corner right now because he smells too bad to do it. That's why. They're like, look at that guy throwing up who smells nice.
Yep.
That's a winner.
You want to be doing dumb trivia on some YouTube game show like a bunch of non-Axe spray wearing losers? Then go be like Ron Placone and his dumb buddy Graham.
That's
who
right.
Stopped wearing cologne. He could have been a winner, but he stopped.
I don't think I own any cologne anymore.
I don't.
I don't own any. I don't know. My wife's never requested it. She's never like, you know what, you need some cologne.
I've never had a woman go, man, you should wear. I've never heard a woman say that. So it's just like, I'm stopping.
Well, see, I've only ever heard women complain, like in my life. You know what I mean? Like I've only ever heard like friends be like, "Oh God, I went on a date with this guy, and I feel like he bathed in cologne." Like that's all I've ever heard women say regarding cologne.
And then once you stop wearing it, when you're around someone that does, you're like, "Oh man, like that guy."
Yeah, dude.
Is a little much.
Yeah, well, I mean, even like in middle school and high school, I mean, when I wore it, I wasn't like nuts. I would do like one spray, but it's like I'd have friends where like they literally would they'd spray it on their clothes, then they'd spray it in the air and walk through it, and you would get dizzy being around them. You're like, oh, I'm getting fumes off of you. You're an environmental hazard. If somebody lights a cigarette, you're gonna go up in flames. Why do you do this? Like you just, and then whenever I've gotten compliments like, oh, you smell nice, sometimes they would think like you're wearing cologne. This is at a time where like a lot of people wear cologne or whatever. They'd be like, oh, what's your cologne? And I'd be like, deodorant and my body. That's what I mean. I'm glad you like the way I smell, but that's no one's ever said that to me while I was wearing cologne.
God, I think about like cologne and hair gel. Like, God, I used to my hair would get like, I'd like it not just crispy enough that it would just.
See, it just, don't wash it all the time. You don't need hair gel ever. Just, don't constantly wash it. You're not supposed to anyway.
No, you're not. What are you doing wearing cologne and hair gel? All right, buddy. Well,
use the promo code anything can happen for 20% off Axe body spray. See how meta we were there? It's like the anti-ad there. No, I've been a rep since 2004.
Oh,
we pulled a thing on all you guys.
So you're like the covert op of Axe reps.
I'm the marketing manager. This is our anti-campaign.
Oh God, there's something like that exists,
Oh, it totally does. It totally does. And it starts with a shitty PowerPoint and ends with somebody moving back in with their parents. Like it's just not. There's nothing good about any of it.
Everything starts with a shitty PowerPoint. Every dumb idea starts with a shitty PowerPoint. Just wow, those slides really pop. Oh,
a shitty PowerPoint and some asshole who has too much money that they just shouldn't have. Like it's just, and then you hear their shitty idea, and anyone who realizes it's a shitty idea is also like, well, fuck this guy. Let him lose this money because he's an asshole.
Yeah, they just milk these guys. This guy's some dumb rich kid. We're going to fucking bleed him dry with his dumb PowerPoint and his shitty idea.
Doesn't capitalism sound great, folks? Isn't it great? You realize that's what we're describing, right? This totally shitty thing. This is it's great, right? It's just flawed. It's just flawed.
Yeah, every 10 years it collapses. Isn't that great? Isn't that a great plan?
If it was a car, it would break down every 2,600 miles. Like when you think about how long it's been tried versus how often it just fails miserably. If it was a car, 2,600 miles, it's breaking down on you every single freaking time.
Every time.
That's a car that wouldn't pass inspection. It wouldn't fucking pass inspection. It's the best we could do. I don't think so. I don't think so. Pretty sure it's not.
No, there's no way it's the best. It's the best we got. No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
No,
it's not.
It's flawed, but it's the best. No, it's not. Just stop. Just stop. It isn't. It fucking sucks.
It sucks.
It's the Axe body spray of social systems, really. It's.
Oh my God. Well, Ron, we've got some tour dates. Like we don't have ticket links yet, but we can kind of announce a couple dates, right? Couldn't we?
We're getting there. Yeah. I mean, we are getting warmer. We're hoping to have everything available by the end of this month, or at least close to everything available by the end of this month. A couple places are still kind of slow about, what they're going to do, reopening, and which means we have to figure out some stuff, but we're working on it. Things are getting warmer, and we're going to be coming to San Francisco, Sacramento. We got a show locally. We got a Los Angeles show on the books. This is all in September. And Detroit, we're coming. Cleveland, we're coming. Pittsburgh, we're coming. New York City, we're coming. And Florida, we're coming. Atlanta, we're coming. Nashville, we're coming. Louisville, Indianapolis, Chicago, and we're working on locking in some more dates. So we should have a lot more details really soon. But we're going to be hitting a lot of places, making up for a lot of mistakes, and we can't wait to see you. We'll have more information soon.
We've already been sending out artwork and bios to clubs already that are so we should have ticket links, by end of this month, beginning of next month for sure. So you'll be able to get your tickets to the post-pandemic comedy tour is what we're calling it.
That's right.
So, all right, dude. Well, I guess I'll just read some. I'll let you go, but I'll read some. I'm gonna read right now. We're gonna let Ron go, and then I'm gonna read the tips over on Rockfin. So if you want to support the show, go to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, and I'll read your tips right now. Ron, tell everybody where they can watch you and explore your brilliance and your Axe marketing techniques.
You can find me at romplacone.com. Follow me on Twitter at romplacone. And I am youtube.com/romplacone, rockfin/romplacone, romplacone on all the socials. And that's where you can find me. And you're going to be finding me on the road really freaking soon.
Starting in September, we're going on the road. It's happening.
It is happening.
All right, dude. Well, thanks again. Great work. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right, Graham. Peace.
All right, later, buddy. That was Ron Placone, everybody. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently at 222 likes. Outstanding. I'm going to read the super chats over on the tips rather on Rockfin. MHC, shave your knuckles for justice. Anything can happen, but let's hope that doesn't include the power being shut off for Graham and Ron. Yeah, let's hope that. But hey, it could. You never know. You never know. Yeah, we'll be in San Francisco September 11th, Sacramento September 12th. Those ticket links are going to be up soon. Flappers in Burbank September 15th. Mira Maxwell, shave your knuckles for justice. Tina, your lime green wall is very refreshing. That was a nice. We haven't had that kind of background before. That was a nice feature. Let's see. Graham, I find myself saying pew pew when I interact with my cat. I'm glad, Lucky Burrito. MHC, you're making Gotham great again. Neera Tandon gets an operative onto Graham's show. Anything can happen. Yes. That's absolutely correct. Mira Maxwell, loving the new categories. Right? We have new fun categories. Politician or supervillain, right? I just wrote that one yesterday. I love it. Yeah. Yes, we will keep doing category. And I'm currently I have an editor that I've hired to cut together a little promo reel, sizzle reel, as we call it in the business, for the game show. And I'm going to pitch it to some TV networks and stuff like that. Maybe we'll make it into a big fancy TV show. Or maybe crypto goes through the roof and then I just finance it myself and we shoot it and make it fancy. Which we would probably shoot in LA with a live studio audience. Bubblegum douche, shave your knuckles for justice. I had totally forgotten about Sam Goody Musicland. Thanks for the reminder and laughs. Right on. Yeah, that was funny. God, what Ted and Tina, great. We always have great guests. Bubblegum douche. By the way, has Ron seen Dr. Strangelove yet? Oh, I doubt it. I don't think he has. I've given him a list of movies that might like the AFI Top 100. I don't think he. Kate, our moderator, show Kate some love. Shave your knuckles for justice, Kate. At Graham Elwood, at Chris Garrett recommended a new category: Rhino or Dino. Oh, good category. S Coin, what's up? Hey, Graham, love the game show episodes. Would love to see you live. When are you coming to New York? We will be in New York middle of probably, it's looking like around the 11th or so of October, we're going to be in New York City. It's what we're looking at right now. So we've got holds on some spaces. But the ones we've got confirms are San Francisco, Sacramento, Burbank, Seattle, Portland, Tempe, Tucson, Detroit, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, New York City, DC, Asheville, North Carolina, Gainesville, Orlando, Miami, Tampa, Atlanta, Nashville, Louisville, Indianapolis, Chicago, Minneapolis, Madison. Those are the cities we've got holds on dates, and it's starting to come together. So next step is like getting the club to say makes this official, and then put up ticket links for everybody, and then we'll start releasing all of the tour dates. And they will be on my website, grahamelwood.com, and of course ronplacone.com as well. But those are all the cities. Boom, 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 boom. MHC, boom. Looks like you weren't able to find a San Jose comedy venue. No, we weren't. But thank you for trying. As promised, I'll do my best to make it to the San Francisco one. Yeah, we tried. It's just not possible. But we are at Cobb's in San Francisco on September 11th, Saturday. It's going to be an afternoon show. We're doing some matinees at some cool clubs. I think it's 3:00 show. Cobb's is an amazing venue for comedy. It's a classic. It's been in San Francisco for, 30 some years or something. It's a great club. And the state of California opened up the seating. Cobb's is a 400 some seat room. But so initially when we held the date, they were like only 120 people can be in there. I think they've expanded it to about 200 or some now. So it'll be a great, just come to the show in Cobb's. And then we're going to be doing, I think Harvell's in Sacramento. Eugene would be awesome. I don't think that's going to be possible. Kate, shave your knuckles for justice. Pew, pew. Super geeked out for Chicago for the two of you guys. Yes. I'm pumped. I am pumped to be on the road telling jokes every night. I'm so fired up for that. I've been doing shows around town on Honolulu, and it's been great. Performed last night on a stage. They finally took away the plexiglass. Like that was the thing they had where you had to perform in front of plexiglass, which that's fine. I get it. But they took it down now, and I was on stage last night. Big stage, packed crowd, like a 20-minute set, like boom. It was just like cranking. Writing new stuff, wrote a joke about Jeff Bezos, tried it out last night. You're going to hear it when I come to your city. And what we want to do is we want to get all these tour dates locked in, and then we want to make a tour shirt that says post-pandemic comedy tour, and then put all the tour dates on the back like a band and sell those at the live shows. And then Ron and I, of course, will have our own merch there as well. And then, yeah, so it's gonna be fun. How? What was I gonna tell you? Jeff Bezos may have self-deported the planet by then. One can dream. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that would be a relief. An entire comedy network of comedians punching up. Yep. Yeah, truth to tweet. I think Nancy Pelosi is going to show up to our San Francisco matinee. I'm sure she'll show up. She's going to hand out ice cream to everybody. Yeah, we're all going to get Nancy Pelosi's ice cream. I know we all stream. Some of them stream at the same time. What are you going to do? All right, folks. That's our show. Oh, man, it's been 2 years since we've been out live. I know. It'll be the last time Ron and I did a tour show together was February 29th in San Francisco, which is kind of cool that the tour starts back up there. February 29th, 2020 was the last time we did. Back then we called it the Progressive Comedy Tour. That name has been hijacked and soiled by Les Warren and other horrible people like that. Yeah, that was our last tour together, February 29th. And so, yeah, year and a half. And some of the cities we're going back to, it will have been 2 years since we were there. Crazy. Thank you, everybody. All right, let me see if there's any more. Every other Thursday. Well, Thursdays, we're just going at 7 o'clock no matter what. But every other Thursday, we do the game show. So we'll be doing another game show in 2 weeks. Tomorrow, Government Secrets live at 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern. Government Secrets. Beep, beep, beep. Government Secrets. Episode 45 or 6, I think. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern with Lee Cap and Graham Elwood. So that's tomorrow, everybody. Well, let's find a song and get on out of here. Oh, Nina Turner's getting interviewed by Status Quo. All right. I hope they ask some tough questions. Oh, let's sing a song, everybody. Let's sing a song, everybody.
That was weird. Pick it up. The legacy of
Fairy tales can come true. It can.
If you're young,
Oh, it's singing too loud. If you're young at heart. Oh, I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything. Oh, this earpiece thing. I ordered some new ones. They haven't shown up yet. It's driving me nuts. No, I can't hear anything. Ah! Sorry, folks. Shutting it down. Shutting it down. Shutting it down. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. The CIA wants me to give up. It is not happening. If you're young at heart. And if you should survive to be 105, look at all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part. You'll have a head start if you are among the very young at heart. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always great to have you on Graham's Political Vigilante show, whatever. I'm acting like I don't know the name of my own show. I was getting mixed up because I was thinking it was actually Anything Can Happen with Ron Placone and our fantabulous guest, Tina Desiree Berg and Ted Alexandro. And I'm glad that you're here joining us on our live stream. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part. You had a head start if you are among the very young at heart. Folks, that's why I've got vegan guns. I'll sing a cappella when the CIA tries to shut down my music because they are a bunch of soulless assholes that can suck it. And that's how I will always crush them because I'm young at heart. That's right. I'm going to go surfing. Going to be surfing all weekend, folks. Enjoy the show. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody watching us on Facebook Live and the Rock Fan. You sound great as the Graham character. Oh, we're not going to let tech. We're not going to let a robot bag of dicks sent by the CIA tube to shut us down. It won't happen, folks. Follow the money, connect the dots. That's how you get the truth. And that's how you make Gotham great again. And that's why anything can happen, meaning anything can happen good. Maybe good stuff can happen in the middle of this chaotic shit show. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, 3:00 Pacific time with Lee Camp doing Government Secrets. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're all political vigilantes. And remember, if you're young at heart,